Listen, let me tell you a story about twin girls who never lived as girls, not even for one single day. Can you imagine that? Two beautiful baby girls who had to pretend to be boys from the moment they were born until they turned 18 years old. But by the time I finish this story, you will be amazed because these same girls who lived in fear and secrecy, they would become the most celebrated surgeons in the entire world. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start from the beginning. Let me tell you what happened in the Okonkwo family. In a small village, there lived a family with a very cruel tradition. This family believed that only boys were blessings from God. They believed that girls were bad luck and brought shame to the family. Any woman who gave birth to a baby girl had only two choices. The first choice was to give away the baby girl immediately after birth. The mother would never see her daughter again. The second choice was even more terrible. If the mother refused, she would be beaten 30 times with a whip in front of the whole family, then thrown out of the house with her baby girl. She would lose everything: her home, her husband, her respect. Chief Okonkwo came from this terrible family. He was a big man with a loud voice and a strong presence. People respected him because he was rich and powerful. But Chief Okonkwo grew up watching women suffer. He watched his own mother give away two of his sisters when he was just 7 years old. His father told him that real men don't cry over girls. Girls were worthless and only boys mattered. Chief Okonkwo never questioned this tradition because it was all he knew from childhood. His older brother, Uncle Emeka, suffered the most from this wicked tradition. Uncle Emeka was now 64 years old, bent and gray with sad eyes. He had been married twice, hoping for sons. His first wife, Ngozi, gave birth to 2 baby girls. Uncle Emeka gave both babies away. Ngozi became so heartbroken that she stopped eating and died 3 years later from grief. His second wife, Amara, gave birth to twin girls and then another girl. Uncle Emeka gave all 3 babies away. Amara ran away one night and never came back. Now Uncle Emeka was old with no children at all. He had given away 4 daughters and now he had nobody. He lived alone in his big house with 7 empty bedrooms. At night, he would cry and wonder where his daughters were, but he would never admit the tradition was wrong. Adaeze was Chief Okonkwo's wife, a kind and gentle woman who lived in fear every day. After 3 years of marriage, she finally got pregnant. Everyone was happy, especially Chief Okonkwo, who threw a party and told everyone his son was coming. But Adaeze prayed every night, "God, please give me boys. I cannot lose my children." When Adaeze was 9 months pregnant, she went into labor at 2 a.m. Chief Okonkwo was away on business. Only her younger sister, Chioma, a nurse, was with her. After 30 minutes of labor, the first baby came out. Chioma's heart dropped. It was a girl. Before she could speak, Adaeze started having more contractions. 10 minutes later, a second baby came out, another girl. Adaeze had given birth to twin girls. Chioma looked at her weak sister and the 2 crying babies. She knew what would happen when Chief Okonkwo found out. Then an idea came to her, a crazy, dangerous, but necessary idea. "Sister, listen to me carefully. We will tell everyone you gave birth to twin boys. We will raise these girls as boys. Nobody will know the truth except you and me. This is the only way to save your children and yourself." Adaeze was shocked, but she had no choice. She looked at her 2 beautiful daughters and knew she could not let them be taken away. That night, the sisters made a promise to keep this secret forever. When Chief Okonkwo came home the next day, Chioma told him the good news. Congratulations, your wife has given birth to twin boys. Chief Okonkwo was overjoyed. He threw a big party and named them Chukwudi, meaning God exists, and Chukwuebuka, meaning God is great. Uncle Emeka came, and for the first time in years, he smiled. You are blessed, my brother. You have 2 sons to carry your name. I have nothing. But Adaeze felt scared and guilty every day. She looked at her daughters dressed in blue baby clothes and called by boys' names, and her heart ached. But she knew she was protecting her children.
For 18 years, Adaeze and Chioma worked hard to keep the secret. The twins grew up living as boys. Adaeze taught them to walk with strong steps, talk in loud voices, play rough games, and never show emotion. She cut their hair short every 2 weeks and bought only boys' clothes. The twins were not allowed to play outside with other children. Adaeze told people her sons had weak immune systems. The twins stayed inside, playing only with each other. They were homeschooled and were brilliant students. They could solve difficult mathematics problems, read entire books in one day, and write beautiful essays. Their teachers told Chief Okonkwo, your sons are geniuses. When they turned 12, they went to a boys' boarding school far away. They faced new challenges, living with other boys, sharing bathrooms, changing clothes together. But Adaeze had prepared them well. They woke at 4 a.m. to bathe alone. They changed clothes quickly facing the wall. They wore tight wraps to bind their developing breasts. They became experts at hiding who they really were. There were many close calls. There was a time a boy tried to pull off Chukwudi's shirt during a fight. Chukwudi punched him so hard his nose bled. Another time, Chukwuebuka refused to let the school nurse examine her body and insisted on going home. These incidents made them very nervous. Despite the fear, they excelled. They came first in their class every term, from JSS 1 to SSS 3. They won mathematics competitions, debates, and science exhibitions. Everyone admired them.
As they grew older, something unexpected happened. Many girls fell in love with them. The twins were now 17 and very handsome. Smooth skin, bright eyes, beautiful smiles. They were tall, polite, respectful, and intelligent. Girls wrote them love letters, bought them snacks, and waited outside their classroom just to see them. The twins became known as the Gentlemen Brothers. But the twins were very uncomfortable. They rejected the love letters politely, saying they wanted to focus on studies. But the more they rejected girls, the more the girls liked them. The twins found this funny and sad. These girls had no idea they were actually girls too. One girl named Blessing was particularly persistent. She loved Chukwuebuka for 2 years. She wrote a long love letter pouring out her heart. Chukwuebuka felt terrible reading it. That night, she showed it to Chukwudi. I wish sometimes we could tell everyone the truth and stop pretending, Chukwuebuka said sadly. I know, but we can't. Father will be angry. The family will be disgraced. Mother will suffer. We have to keep pretending until we can be independent. As their 18th birthday approached, Chief Okonkwo planned a huge traditional celebration. He invited everyone, family, friends, village elders. He was so proud. But Adaeze was terrified. In their culture, 18 marked the transition to manhood. There will be initiation ceremonies where the twins will spend 3 days in the sacred forest with the elders. They will surely be discovered. 3 weeks before the birthday, Chioma visited.
Adaize pulled her aside, looking exhausted. The twins are supposed to go to the sacred forest for the coming of age ritual. They will be discovered. After 18 years of hiding, this is the end. I am terrified. That evening, Adaize called the twins into her bedroom. Your father has planned traditional ceremonies. You will be taken to the sacred forest for male initiation rites. It will be impossible to hide your identity. We have 3 options. Run away, tell your father the truth, or continue pretending. The twins were quiet. Finally, Chukwudi spoke. Mother, we are tired of running and hiding. We have lived in fear for 18 years. Maybe it is time to face father and tell him the truth. Whatever happens, we will face it together. Even if father rejects us, at least we will be free. Chukwuebuka added. Adaize looked at her brave daughters. Are you sure? Once we tell him, there is no going back. We are sure, mother, both the twins said together. They decided to tell Chief Okonkwo 1 week before the birthday. It was a Sunday evening after dinner. Adaize asked him to stay in the parlor because they needed to talk to him about something important. Chief Okonkwo sat in his armchair, relaxed and smiling. What is it? You want to make the party even bigger? No, Adaize said nervously, her hands shaking. There is something I need to tell you. Something I should have told you 18 years ago. Chief Okonkwo frowned. What truth? Speak clearly. Adaize took a deep breath, her heart pounding. 18 years ago, when I gave birth to the twins, you were not home. I went into labor at 2 a.m. Only Chioma was with me. When the babies came out, she paused, tears streaming down her face. They were not boys, they were girls, both of them. I gave birth to twin girls. The room fell into deathly silence. Chief Okonkwo's face changed from confusion to shock to disbelief. What? What did you just say? I gave birth to twin girls, Adaize repeated, her voice breaking. Chioma and I decided to raise them as boys to save them from your family's terrible tradition. For 18 years, we have kept this secret, but now the truth must come out. Chief Okonkwo stood up slowly, his face red with rage. He looked at the twins sitting on the couch. Stand up, he commanded. His voice was like thunder. The twins stood up, trembling but holding hands. Is this true? Are you girls? Yes, father, Chukwudi said quietly. We are girls. We have always been girls. Chief Okonkwo staggered backward as if he had been punched. He looked at them again, squinting his eyes like he was seeing them for the first time. But you have short hair. You wear trousers. You play football. You even have deep voices. Chukwuebuka cleared her throat nervously. Father, we have been practicing the deep voice since we were 7 years old. Sometimes my throat hurts from talking like this all day. Chief Okonkwo sat down heavily on his chair, looking completely confused. So, all those times you said you wanted to grow a beard like me when you grew up, you were lying? Yes, father, we were lying, Chukwudi admitted. Even though both of them already have a fake beard that they used in school. The old man put his head in his hands. I even taught you how to tie a man's wrapper. I showed you how to walk with your chest out like a warrior. Oh God, what kind of foolishness is this? Chief Okonkwo looked at his wife with eyes full of betrayal and fury. You lied to me. For 18 years, you lied to me. You made me celebrate sons I never had. You made me tell everyone, made me proud, made me plan for a future that was all a lie. How could you do this to me? I did it to save our children, Adaize cried. I did it because your wicked tradition would have taken my babies away. I did it because I love them more than anything in this world. I would do it again 1,000 times.
Chief Okonkwo was shaking with anger. "You have disgraced me. You have disgraced this family. Everyone will laugh at me. Everyone will say Chief Okonkwo was so foolish he could not even tell his own sons were girls." "We are sorry, Father," Chukwuebuka said, tears running down her face. "We never wanted to deceive you, but you had no choice. Your tradition is cruel and wicked. It destroys lives. Look at Uncle Emeka. He gave away 4 daughters, and now he has nobody. Do you want that for yourself?" Chief Okonkwo pointed his finger at them. "Get out of my sight, all of you. I don't want to see your faces. You are no longer part of this family." "Please, husband," Adaede started, but Chief Okonkwo roared, "Get out!" That night, Adaede, the twins, and Aunt Chioma packed their bags and left the house. They had nowhere to go, so they went to Chioma's small apartment in the city. As they drove away, the twins looked back at the only home they had ever known, wondering if they would ever return.
3 days after they left, something unexpected happened. Uncle Emeka came to Chioma's apartment. He knocked on the door late at night. When Chioma opened it, she was shocked to see the old man standing there, looking even more tired and bent than usual. "Please," Uncle Emeka said quietly, "I need to talk to them, to Adaeze and the girls." They let him in. Everyone sat in the small living room in awkward silence. Finally, Uncle Emeka spoke. "I heard what happened. My brother told the whole family. He is very angry and very hot. But his voice broke. I came here to tell you something, to tell you all that I am sorry." Everyone looked at him in surprise. Uncle Emeka continued, tears streaming down his wrinkled face. "For 64 years, I have followed a wicked tradition that destroyed my life. I gave away 4 beautiful daughters because I was told girls were worthless. I watched my first wife die from a broken heart. I watched my second wife run away in pain. And now I am an old man with nobody, no children to call me father, no grandchildren to make me smile, no one to bring me water when I am thirsty, or to hold my hand when I am lonely." He looked at the twins. "When I heard that you were girls, my first feeling was not anger, it was jealousy. I was jealous of my brother because even though he has daughters, at least he has children who love him. At least he has brilliant, beautiful children who could take care of him. I threw away 4 daughters who could have been just like you. I threw away my own happiness because of a stupid, cruel tradition." The old man fell to his knees. "Please forgive me. Forgive me for being part of the family that made you live in fear. Forgive me for supporting a tradition that almost destroyed you." Adaeze got up and helped the old man to his feet. "Uncle, it is not too late. You can change. You can tell the family that the tradition must end." Uncle Enea nodded. "Yes, I will try to talk to them. I will talk to my brother. Maybe he will not listen, but I must try. These girls, your daughters, they are brilliant and beautiful. Any father should be proud to have them. My brother is a fool if he cannot see that."
For weeks, Chief Okonkwo refused to talk to anyone. He locked himself in his house, bitter and angry. The birthday celebration was cancelled. People in the village asked questions, but Chief Okonkwo told everyone his sons had traveled abroad. He could not bear to tell anyone the truth. Uncle Mecca visited him every day, trying to talk to him. "My brother, you are making a terrible mistake. You have 2 brilliant daughters who love you. Don't throw them away like I did. Don't end up like me, old and alone with regrets." But Chief Okonkwo would not listen. "Leave me alone. I have no daughters. They lied to me." One night, Chief Okonkwo was sitting alone in his parlor, drinking and feeling sorry for himself. He looked around at all the trophies and certificates the twins had won over the years. Mathematics competition, first place. Debate competition, first place. Science exhibition, first place. Best student awards from JSS 1 to SS3. He had displayed them all proudly, telling everyone, "These are my son's achievements." He picked up one trophy and read the inscription. Awarded to Chukwudi Okonkwo for outstanding academic excellence. He remembered the day the twins came home with this trophy. He had been so proud. He had carried them on his shoulders and danced around the parlor. They had laughed and hugged him and called him the best father in the world. Suddenly, Chief Okonkwo broke down and cried. He cried for the first time since he was a little boy. He cried because he realized that for 18 years, those children had loved him, respected him, and made him proud. It did not matter that they were girls, they were his children, and he had thrown them out. The next morning, Chief Okonkwo went to Chioma's apartment. When Adaeze opened the door and saw him, she was afraid. But Chief Okonkwo fell to his knees. "Please forgive me," he said. "I have been a fool. I have been a wicked, stupid fool." The twins came out and saw their father kneeling. They ran to him and hugged them, all 3 of them crying together. "I am sorry," Chief Okonkwo kept saying. "I am so sorry. You are my daughters and I am proud of you. I have always been proud of you. Please come home. Please forgive your foolish father."
Chief Okonkwo called a family meeting and invited all the elders and family members. When everyone gathered, he stood up and told them the entire truth. 18 years ago, my wife gave birth to twin girls. We raised them as boys because of our wicked tradition. I just found out the truth and I was angry at first. But now I realize that this tradition has destroyed our family for generations. It killed Uncle Emeka's first wife. It drove away his second wife. It left him with no children. It almost made me lose my brilliant, beautiful daughters. The room erupted in shock and angry voices. Some family members shouted, "This is a disgrace. They have shamed us." One old man stood up, pointing his walking stick. "You mean to tell me that those 2 fine boys I have been boasting about to my friends are actually girls? I told everyone in my age grade that the Okonkwo family has the strongest young men. Now what will I say? That I am blind?" Another uncle added, "I even told my own sons to be like Chukwudi and Chukwebuka. I said, look at those boys, so respectful and humble. Now my sons will laugh at me." One aunt was fanning herself dramatically. "All this time I was planning to introduce them to my nieces for marriage. I already promised my niece that she would marry Chukwumadi. Now what? Will she marry herself?" But Chief Okonkwo raised his hand for silence. "No. We have shamed ourselves. This tradition is wicked and evil, and it ends today. From now on, in this family, daughters are just as valuable as sons. No more giving away baby girls. No more beating women. No more wickedness. Any man who continues this tradition will be cut off from this family. I, Chief Okonkwo, have spoken." Uncle Emeka stood up, his old voice strong. "I support my brother. I gave away 4 daughters and ruined my life. Don't make the same mistake I made. Accept your daughters. Love them. Cherish them. They are blessings from God, just like sons." Slowly, some of the family members began to nod in agreement. The younger generation especially supported the change, but some of the older men were still angry and bitter. They left the meeting, refusing to accept it. But Chief Okonkwo did not care. He had his family back, and that was all that mattered.
The twins were finally free to be themselves. They let their hair grow long. They wore dresses and skirts. They painted their nails. They experienced being girls for the first time in their lives. It felt strange at first. Chukwuidi tried to walk in high heels for the first time and almost fell down the stairs. "How do women walk in these things?" she complained. "I have been walking like a man with big steps for 18 years. Now you want me to take tiny steps?" Chukwuebuka went to buy her first lipstick and stood in front of the makeup counter for 1 hour, completely confused. There are 47 shades of red. 47. How am I supposed to choose? When I was a boy, life was simpler. Their mother laughed at them. "My daughters, you have so much to learn." Even Chief Okonkwo found it amusing. One day, he saw them struggling to braid each other's hair and shook his head. "You can solve complex mathematics problems, but you cannot plait hair? What kind of girls are these?" But gradually, they became comfortable in their own skin. They wrote their WAEC exams, and as expected, they passed with outstanding grades. They had 9 A's in all their subjects. Universities from all over the country offered them scholarships. But the twins had a dream. They wanted to become doctors and save lives. They both gained admission to study medicine and surgery at the best university in the country. Chief Okonkwo was so proud. He threw a huge party, and this time he invited everyone and told them the truth. "These are my daughters. Yes, daughters. I raised them as sons for 18 years because I was afraid and foolish. But now I know that daughters are just as valuable as sons. My daughters are brilliant and they will become great doctors." Some people in the village gossiped and criticized, but many others supported the family. Some women who had given away their daughters in the past came to Adaeze crying, saying they wished they had been as brave as Adaeze.
In medical school, the twins excelled beyond everyone's expectations. They studied day and night, determined to become the best doctors they could be. They were fascinated by surgery, the precision, the skill, the ability to save lives with their own hands. They specialized in neurosurgery, one of the most difficult and complex surgical fields. After 6 years of medical school and their housemanship, they went abroad for further specialization. They trained in the United States and the United Kingdom under the best neurosurgeons in the world. They learned advanced surgical techniques. They performed groundbreaking operations. They published research papers that revolutionized neurosurgery. Chukwuemeka developed a new technique for removing brain tumors that reduced surgery time by 40% and dramatically improved patient survival rates. Her technique was adopted by hospitals all over the world. Chukwuebuka specialized in pediatric neurosurgery and pioneered a minimally invasive procedure for treating children with hydrocephalus. Her method saved thousands of children's lives and won international recognition. By the time they were 35 years old, Chukwuemeka and Chukwuebuka Okonkwo were known as the best neurosurgeons in the world. They had performed over 5,000 successful surgeries. They had won numerous international awards. They had been featured in medical journals, television programs, and news articles. They gave lectures at medical conferences around the world. Young medical students dreamed of being like them.
But despite their fame and success, the twins never forgot where they came from. They never forgot the 18 years they spent hiding, pretending, living in fear. They never forgot their mother's sacrifice and their Aunt Chioma's bravery. The twins established a foundation called Every Girl Matters to fight against harmful traditional practices that discriminated against girls. They traveled to villages all over Nigeria and Africa, educating people about the value of girls. They built schools specifically for girls in rural areas. They provided scholarships for girls who wanted to study medicine, engineering, law, and other fields traditionally dominated by men. They also established a world-class hospital in their home village, providing free medical care to people who could not afford it. They trained local doctors and nurses, raising the standard of healthcare in the entire region. Chief Okonkwa, now an old man, worked with his daughters in the foundation. He spent his time going from village to village, telling his story and warning other fathers not to make the same mistakes he almost made. I almost lost the two greatest blessings of my life because of a stupid tradition, he would say. My daughters are not just my pride. They are world-renowned surgeons who save lives every day. Imagine if I had given them away at birth. Imagine all the lives that would have been lost. Don't throw away your daughters. Invest in them. Train them, love them. They will surprise you. Uncle Emeka also worked with the foundation until he died peacefully at the age of 78. Before he died, he made one request. Please help me find my 4 daughters. I gave them away, but maybe they are still alive somewhere. I want to tell them I am sorry before I die. The twins used their resources and connections to search for Uncle Emeka's 4 daughters. It took 2 years, but they found 3 of them. One had died, but the other 3 were alive. They brought them to Uncle Emeka's bedside. When the old man saw his daughters, now grown women, he wept like a child. I am sorry, he kept saying. I am so sorry for what I did to you. His daughters, though hurt by the past, forgave him. They stayed with him in his final days, and when he died peacefully, surrounded by the daughters he thought he had lost forever. Today, Doctors Chukwudi and Chukwuebuka Okonkwo are world-renowned neurosurgeons whose story has inspired millions. Adaze, now in her 60s, laughs when asked how she kept the secret for 18 years. My sister, it was not easy. Every time someone said your sons are handsome, I would smile, but inside I was sweating like mad. I became Nigeria's best actress. The twins now joke. We pretended to be boys for 18 years and became world-famous surgeons.